All right. So, good day, everyone. This is Health and Wellness with Stephen Logmialabi. All right. So, if you are joining from anywhere around the world, I want you to invite your friends. Okay. Invite your friends. Invite your friends. I hope you can hear me wherever you are joining from. I hope you can hear me wherever you are joining from. Okay. Wants to be my friend here today. And please invite others if you are online. Invite others, share the link with other people. All right, share the link with other people. All right, share the link with other people. All right, so, and if you have any question, just drop it on the comment below. I'll sure to attend to it. Okay. So I want to share something on health. Okay, health is wealth, so they say. And I want to appreciate the fact that you give me the privilege to come into your privacy today. All right. So WHO talked about the fact that we need to sensitize people about their health. Okay. That the only way we could help people to maintain good health is to sensitize them about their health. So there's a code that is called code red. Okay, I wrote here code red. If you can see the board, this is R, this is E, and this is D. Okay, so the R stands for rest. We are expected to rest 8 hours daily. Now that is ratio 6:2, 6 hours at night and 2 hours during the day, and that is like 10% of our lifespan or lifestyle. Okay, so then the second one is exercise. We're expected to exercise at least 30 minutes every day. Okay, 30 minutes every day. And research reveals that anybody who has underlying factors, okay, and the person exercises daily, every day, or somebody who is obese but he has cultivated the habit of exercising every day, such a person will live long, okay, against someone who is normal size but does not exercise on a daily basis. So that also is 10% of our lifestyle, and that's very, very important because research has proven that exercise helps our body to gain vitality. All right, so, and that is very, very important. Yes, so you're welcome. I want you to share this link with your friends. Knowledge, there's no knowledge that is a waste. Just want you to learn something how we can maintain our health. So I was saying, R stands for rest. We are expected to rest 8 hours per day, 6 hours at night, and 2 hours siesta during the day. And the question before us is that when was the last time that we ever had the opportunity to rest 2 hours during the day? And that is 10% of our lifespan or lifestyle. And then we have exercise. We are expected to exercise daily, all right, 30 minutes per day on a minimum, all right. And there are various kind of exercise that we can engage in. Swimming is one of them, all right. Jogging is one of them. Aerobics is one of them. Just jogging is also one of them. Cycling is one of them. So a lot of those things are things that they are necessary and essential for our lifestyle for us to live healthy and longer. Research has revealed that anybody who actually engages in exercise will live longer, right, than somebody who is obese but he or she does not exercise on a regular basis. So exercise is very, very important, and that is a good lifestyle to emulate and a discipline to cultivate if we actually want to live longer. And the last one here is diet. Diet. Diet means balanced diet. And balanced diet is, we all know, there are different classes of food that we need to take in a proportion, from fat and sugar to protein to fruit and vegetables and to whole grains. All right. So those are things that we need to take on a particular proportion on a daily basis. And those are some of the things that most of us don't get. And diet is 80% of our lifestyle. 80% of our lifestyle. So if you are going to write an exam and they told you that you have 3 questions, first question is 10 marks. The second question is another 10 marks. And the third one is 80%. And you want to succeed and pass the exam. Which of the 3 will you actually pay more attention to? Your guess is as good as mine. All right. Some will say diet because it's 80%. So that is it. We are what we eat. And then look at it. Diet is a 4-letter word. If you remove the last T, you have die. So essentially, what I'm saying is that most of us, we are eating, our eating lifestyle is not leading to life, it's actually leading to death. And God forbid, if we don't do anything about it, if we don't understand ourselves about it, we'll still be saying those things. That's why you see, sometimes you see people who are healthy in the morning and just you hear that something happened and they're no more. It's not far-fetched from diet and lifestyle. That's what I've come to find out. Research has revealed that. And so that's what is going to lead us to what we are talking about today, health and wellness. So on this board, I have a diagram. All right. So I'm a teacher. So I don't know if you can see this. So this is the wellness pyramid. Okay. On this wellness pyramid, you have this cone, all right, shows the percentage of what we need to be taking on a daily basis. Right? Fat and sugar is 5%. Okay, you take 5% fat and sugar on daily basis. Then we need to take protein 15%. Okay, 15%. And then you have fruit and vegetables, which is 30%. And then we have whole grain. Whole grain is 50%. What is whole grain? Whole grain actually is a combination of what we call wheat germ, all right, rice brown, that we know as a fada rice, and soya bean. Okay, those 3 is what is called whole grain, and that is 50% of what we take on a daily basis. Underneath these, all right, we need to exercise on a daily basis. That's why we have here, we have physical exercise beneath here. All right. So anybody who eats this way, 5% fat and sugar on daily basis, 15% protein on daily basis, 30% of fruit and vegetable on daily basis, and 50% of whole grain on daily basis, such a person, all right, will have healthy cells that leads to healthy body. Healthy cells that leads to healthy body. Okay, because nutrients will go into the cells and then push out waste without any stress. So people who have this wellness pyramid, who eat this way, research reveals that they live healthier, they live longer. All right, that's why in those days, see that our parents who are very close to the farm, they eat fresh food. All right, and because of that, they live longer. Today, most of the things that we eat, they are not fresh. So that is what is going to lead us to the second type of diet, that lifestyle that we embrace, which is called typical wellness pyramid. On this side of the divide, you see that here, you see that fat and sugar, this cone or triangle is inverted, okay? And this is 50%. So fat and sugar, we consume 50% of it. And then we have the next one, which is protein, 30%. We eat 30% of protein, all right? And then the next one is what we call fruit and vegetables, 15% or less, all right? And then the last but not the least is, whole grain. We eat that less than 5% of it on daily basis. And at the bottom of it, no physical exercise at all. So anybody who eats this second way, we have what they call unhealthy cells that leads to unhealthy body. Unhealthy cells that leads to unhealthy body. So once the nutrient that we get from this kind of food comes here, it hits the cell's membrane and goes back. Okay? And the one that gets into the cells will not come out. And that's why most times people come up with constipation. Constipation. That is indigestion. People have indigestion. Okay? You see that people go to the restroom, they spend 30 minutes, 1 hour trying to push, even though they are feeling pressed. Why? Because of indigestion. And then you have blood pressure. Okay? You have stroke. We have diabetes. People like this have diabetes. They come down with cancer, come down with chronic respiratory disease. All right? Example was COVID-19. All right? Asthma or the likes. Okay? And all non-communicable disease. That's how people get those things. All right? So now, the question I want to ask you is this. Do you eat this second way or the first way? Do you eat this way or this way? All right? If you eat this way, all right, you will live healthy. But I can tell you, 90% of the population, all right, don't eat the first way. We eat the second way because of our lifestyle. People are busy going from work to every day. They don't have time to put all of this correct balanced diet together. All right. So now the question is, what is the way out? And again, I want us to be sincere with ourselves. How do we eat? Do we eat this second way or this first way? All right. If you eat the second way, I want to tell you that you don't need to worry. There is a solution. The solution is called Pro Vitality. Let me adjust my camera so I can see what I wrote here. So it is Pro Vitality. Pro Vitality. It's a combination, it's a supplement. That's a combination of training, which is all grain, combination of rice bran, wheat germ, and soya bean, which is training, and that's 50% of what we take on a daily basis already in Pro Vitality. We have carotenoid complex, which is fruit and vegetables, and we have omega-3 salmon oil plus, which is extracted from salmon fish from Kenya IC. All right, taken to the lab, and it has been free from contaminants, free radicals, and it is in the purest form. All right, that we can take, helps our heart to function effectively and optimally. What it does, that it oxidates bad cholesterol that blocks the arteries. Okay, blocks the flow of blood from the heart to the brain and from the heart to the body. And then essential vitamins. On a daily basis, we are expected to take like 23 to 56 different nutrients from the food that we take if we take balanced diet. But we don't get those things. So it has been cultured or formulated into capsule, essential vitamins and minerals, okay, for us to take on daily basis. And that will help balance whatever we are eating. So Pro Vitality takes care of today's sickness and future sickness. That's what it does. Takes care of today's sickness and future sickness. So if you are eating this way, all right, the second way, and you are taking Pro Vitality, you have already balanced your food for the day. You have corrected yourself and you have saved yourself the danger of coming down with some of these chronic non-communicable disease such as constipation, blood pressure, stroke, diabetes, cancer, prostate cancer, breast cancer, colon cancer, okay, and chronic respiratory disease. That is solution. And what are the function of these products? The product is that this Pro Vitality boosts our immune system by 37% in 20 days. All right. People have used Pro Vitality. I have used Pro Vitality. And when I use Pro Vitality, one of my toes, okay, I hit it on a stone sometimes. It was dead. By the time I used Pro Vitality for 20 days, it pushed out the dead cells and new one grew. All right. I have also given Pro Vitality to somebody who gave that product to her husband who had stroke. All right. And the following morning, this is not exaggeration. She gave the testimony herself. The following morning, they discovered that the man on his own stood up without help, without assistance. He took his bait and wait for them for their morning devotion. So that's how effective and potent the product is. Number two, it promotes clear vision. When you combine it with vitamin A, vitamin D, and vitamin E, it takes care of glaucoma and cataracts. Okay, but you have to incorporate this into your diet for over 90 days. Right now, the another function of this is that when you use Pro Vitality and you combine it with what we call chelated Carmag, all right, it helps to promote healthy, flexible joints. Healthy, flexible joints. So people who have arthritis and rheumatism can actually use this product. The presence of omega-3 salmon oil plus also helps to free the body from pain. Okay, and those are the functions. Another function of this is that if you use this product with vitamin E, it helps to take care of blood clots. Okay, it frees the body, the arteries and the veins from damages that could have been caused by other underlying factors like diabetes. Okay, so it helps to get the body back onto a very healthy system where the body can function. Now, there are a lot of testimonies about this product. Okay, so this product cannot be obtained from the shelf in a pharmacy. It can only be obtained from licensed distributors. Okay, so that's what I want to share with you today, and I want you to share this with your family and friends, because health is wealth. The question is, you are okay, you buy nice clothes, you have a car, you service your car, and your car is running. But the question is, let me ask, when was the last time that you serviced your body? And servicing our body means that we take care of our body. We all know that we are not getting balanced diet, so we need to supplement. We need to supplement what we are eating for us to live healthy and healthier. So that is why we are sharing this with us today. All right, is some time now we've started. So now what we need to do is we need to drop a comment below this video. All right, or you can get into my DM, my messenger, and send me a message if you have a question. All right, so a lot of people, who are supposed to still be alive, all right, have died because they don't get this information. And that's why we are sharing this information with us. All right, we are sharing this information with us because we want us to stay alive. All right, we want us to live longer. All right, because by the age of, just imagine, vitality is from 0 to 20. You're still going to school, you're getting yourself together. By 21, you have graduated. You have 21, 25, you have graduated, you have a job, you settle down, you have family. By the time you are 50, all right, you're supposed to be enjoying the fruit of your labor. That's what they call the sick zone. We have the vibrant zone, all right, and then we have this sick zone. All right, the sick zone is when it's 50 and above. And what do we discover at that point in time when we're supposed to relax and begin to enjoy the fruit of our labor? That is when these non-communicable diseases begin to manifest. Blood pressure, stroke, cancer, diabetes, chronic respiratory disease, or asthma. It started manifesting. Why? Because of the lifestyle that we had before. And that's why it's very important for us to begin to take proactive action. All right, proactive action. WHO says that everybody should go to the hospital for general body check at least twice every year. When was the last time that you took yourself to the hospital to go and get checked? Okay, so that you know what is going on within your body. Somebody say, I don't want to know. so that that anxiety will complain. You should know. If you know, it's better. Now you know what your body is, what your body needs, and then you can begin to avoid some things. All right, you begin to take more of fruit and vegetables, drink more water, exercise more. Okay, stay away from soft drinks. Okay, and sugar, because sugar is the driver of chronic disease. Let me show you from the board. You see, this is fat and sugar. This is 50%. Already from the food that we are eating anywhere around the world, we are already accumulating fat and sugar. Somebody will go to a restaurant and eat, and after eating, the next thing the person does is that the person will buy a bottle of soft drink, okay, and cold one, and no tries to say, okay, I try to wash it down. What you're doing is that, let's say for instance, you ate hot food and you put cold stuff on it. That's what you have just taken. What it will do is that it will turn the food into block and give your digestive system a lot of work to do. Okay, and that's why we are sensitizing us about all of these things. The question is, there is no two way to it. After you have worked hard and you're supposed to relax and begin to enjoy the fruit of your labor, and then because we are not paying attention to our lifestyle, all right, then our enemy just passes on like that. No. And that's why we are here today, not minding what people will say or people will think. Your life is more important to us than what people will say. Your health is more important to us than people's opinion. Because it's when we are alive that we can be useful to God and be useful to the humanity. And that's why I am doing this, so that we can share with you the information of things that you need to do. And somebody will tell me that your product is very expensive. Yes, the product is very expensive. Between the cost of the product and your health, which one is expensive? I've seen people that they said the product is expensive, but when they crash down, all right, they look for money, all right, and at the end of the day, also the person did not survive. Now, why? Is because the solution to that problem is not the solution they are looking for. You also need to pay attention to what you are eating, and that's why nutrition is very, very important. I'm not a doctor. I'm only a nutritionist who is trying to sensitize people about what they need to do in addition to what they are doing, so that they can live longer. And that's why you being on this call today is very important. I want you to share this video with your family and friends. Share it with as many people as possible. Let them see it, because this information can save somebody's life. Okay. Now, if you are taking care of your car, you are wearing beautiful clothes, you are looking good, the body that is carrying the clothes, the expensive clothes you are wearing, should also be taken care of. That is it. Okay. So, because if you are healthy, all right, you have something to carry it, and then that is the power behind it. So there is no point spending so much money on clothes that you wear without taking care of your own body. So you're not wasting money. You are investing actually in your own health. Okay, because your grandchildren, your grandchildren, they want to see you for a long time. That's why it's very important for you to take care of yourself, and that's why we are doing this. Now, let me just pick one of the ailments, like diabetes, because sugar is the driver of chronic disease. Diabetes, there are 3 types. Okay, that type 2, type 1, and gestational diabetes. Okay, what I just want to say is that one of the things that is causing diabetes is too much sugar in the bloodstream. And as we age, by the time we eat 40 and above, we discover that the pancreas, because of our eating lifestyle, has been impacted such that there are no enzymes and nutrients, okay, that rejuvenate the cells, such that it can trigger the injection of insulin from the pancreas to break sugar down, okay. And because of that is the reason that so many people have blood sugar in the system. All right. And when insulin, when we take balanced diet, those sugars will be broken down into levels that can be useful to the body. Now, when there's too much sugar in the cell, how will you know that the symptoms is that you discover that you are feeling thirsty, you have blood vision, you are getting tired, okay, and sometimes you have unintentional lose of weight. That's what you have. You have, like, you are getting thirsty, you are having blood vision, you are getting tired unnecessarily, and then the person will be losing weight unintentionally. Okay. Now, and when this begins to happen, it can also lead to when somebody has a wound, the wound will not heal on time, okay, because of too much sugar in the bloodstream. So what can you do? What you can do is to use these supplements, all right, to increase intake of fiber that will help to break down the sugar in the system. Okay. Now, when it comes to gestational diabetes, it is in women when they got pregnant. Okay, during pregnancy, you discover that they tell them that they have diabetes, but after birth, all right, over time, the sugar will go back to normal. That's what they call gestational diabetes. There is no worry about that. It's just a condition. But for type 2 and type 1, all right, you just need to begin to use some supplements that has been formulated to help you regulate your blood sugar so that you can live healthy. Now, and the reason you need to do something about diabetes is because it can affect every other system in your body. Can affect the kidney, can affect the lining of the vessels or the arteries, blood vessels and arteries. Okay, it will damage them. That's why we need to do something about it. All right, because when the arteries or the blood veins are affected, all right, they are dangerous. So they can affect other organs in the body too. And that's why we need to pay attention to what we eat and make sure that we work on that. Another thing that I want to talk about is these are cancer. Cancer occurs in the body, okay, as a result of dead cells that are still in the body that will not be pushed out. Okay. Now, our products are formulated in such a way that all dead cells will push out the body. So let me give you an example of dead cells. You know, sometimes when you wake up in the morning, when you look at your eyes, you clean off, you see some dirt coming up. So maybe after you have eaten, you feel like you want to spit out. Those are dead cells. When you are feeling pressed to urinate, those are dead cells. Okay. When you want to, you feel like going to the restroom, that's what. When you sweat, those are dead cells coming out of our body. And that is when those things give us sign, we need to get rid of them from the body. Okay. So prostate cancer in men is subtle, such that you may not understand, okay, how it occurs, but you will know the signs. When you are urinating, I discover that your urine is seizing. That's a sign. Or that instead of the fountain going up, you discover that it's splashing. Okay, those are things that you need to pay attention to, and then begin to take some products that will help you correct those things. All right. And once you begin to correct those things, you discover that you are safe, you are protected. All right. Now, somebody, when the doctor said something, he said that when they do some tests and they do some biopsies, that operation is not the solution, because once they do those things, it triggers the formation of cancer. So it is not a biopsy or whatever they call it. It's not a solution. It's just for you to begin to use some products like supplements that will help you push out those things out of your body naturally. Okay, if you just take that thing consistently over time, you discover that you save yourself some unnecessary pain and unnecessary spending, because prevention on itself is better than cure. Prevention is better than cure. So yes, the products are expensive, so also is our life, but it is cheaper to prevent it than to allow it to happen in the first place. Cancer, all right, breast cancer is also another one. If we begin to eat balanced diet like it is explained to us earlier, all right, those things will, once we take in balanced diet, it will push out the waste out of our body, and our body will revitalize itself. Let me give you a practical example. You know, there's what they call coenzyme. It's CoQ10. That coenzyme, once when we are younger, before 40, all right, our cells reproduce itself, produce the coenzyme in our body. Now, what is coenzyme? Coenzyme is ubiquinol, all right, and is like is in both in plants and animal. Okay, so and when we take those things, it does something. It reproduces those cells that makes us look healthy, all right. But once we are 40, in our body, it does not produce itself again. So we need to supplement. And where can we get it? We get it from plants. We get it from plants. So that coenzyme, once you stop eating it, those cells begin to die. And when those cells are dying, all right, the body begins to deteriorate. But when you are getting the coenzyme, you keep looking younger. When you're using Pro Vitality Plus, like I mentioned, you begin to look younger, all right, because it is pushing out the waste and, you know, reducing the aging process. It reduces the aging process, and that's what most people don't understand. When you are taking too much sugar, it makes one age faster. But if you reduce intake of sugar and we are eating balanced diet, fruits and vegetables, whole grains, we are taking protein, we are taking 5% of fat and sugar, all right, it does something to us. Okay, that's why people live longer, all right. So those are the things that I want us to see today. And if you have any other question, I want us to just drop the comment or the question in my messenger, okay, and let's take it up from there. So that's what I want to share today. If you have any question, please drop the question in the comment below. I would like to see if you have two questions. Mr. Adeleke, thank you for joining. I think I saw some other person that joined, but I can't identify them. So that is that. So let's see that we share and invite our friends to be on the call. Okay, let's invite our friends to be on the call before we move quickly to the second aspect of it. So all right, so I want to bring you on. If you want to come on, I want to bring you on. So if I invite you, will you like to say one or two things about the products? Let me bring you in. So okay, so let's go to the other side of it. So that's one aspect of what we do, all right. And these are things that you can learn and you can also share with people to sensitize them about what they need to do for them to, you know, remain healthy and live longer. All right. Our goal is to make the world a healthier and a happier place. So let's go to the other side of it. All right. The other side of it is I want to share today for our live audience is that we have less than 90 days to the end of this year. And I want to ask you this question. And I want to be sincere with me. Between your income and your expenses, which of the two is more? Which of the two is more? If your expenses is more than your income, my next question is, would you like to do something about it? Would you like to do something about it? If you want to do something about it, all right, I would like to just educate you. My goal is to educate you, give you information, all right, that you could process and then decide to act on. Okay? So now you will have observed that around us, you discover that we have two questions, why and how. Why are few people rich and how is it that a lot of people are poor? Okay, some people will say some are born with silver spoon in their mouth. Okay, they are fortunate. All right, they are lucky. And the word luck means laboring under correct knowledge. So those people are lucky. Okay, and I was talking to a lady. The lady said when I asked her this question, she said that she has thought it that she wish one rich man in this country would just show up in their house and tell her supposed quote unquote father that she's not her father, but that she came to claim her as his own. We all laughed. We all laughed. So those are the things. Some people say, why am I born in this country? Why didn't I come from another country? No, if God does not need you in this country, you will not be born. You won't have been in this country. But God needed you in this country. He knew that in this country you will succeed. This country you will make it. So that is valid questions that people are asking. But this today we're going to try and answer those questions. So let me quickly clean up the board, all right, so I can do some explanation, which I believe that when we listen to it, we will try and understand. We will understand some points. So now we have why or how. Okay. Then you discover that the rich and the poor. Okay, the rich work, the poor also work. Okay. Now the rich, they work smart, while the poor, they work hard. The rich, they leverage, while the poor, they work alone. The rich, they leverage. Okay. In other words, they have team or people working for them. While the poor, they don't have people or team working for them. Okay. And why is the poor that way? The poor has a meaning. Means passing over opportunity repeatedly. Passing over opportunity repeatedly. That is why the poor, they work. But they work hard. They work alone. And they have no team or people that are working for them. All right. So now, having said that, we have what we call eras. We have eras, and eras are seasons and time. The same thing when it comes to making money. Okay. If you want to make money anywhere around the world, you need to understand the seasons. Okay. So there are 4 seasons anywhere around the world. Whether you are black, you are white, you are Caucasian, you went to school or you don't go to school, there are 4 eras that you need to understand. The first era is the agricultural era. In that era, okay, you notice that in America, they started doing mechanized farming. And it is through mechanized farming, that was how people get rich. But in our own clime, in Africa, all right, they marry multiple wives. If somebody is a man who married like 10 wives and they all have 5 children. So if they do have those 5 children, what will actually happen is that along the line, they have 50 children plus 10 wives, that's 60, plus man, 61. So they are able to cultivate big expanse of land and make big harvest. So the bigger their barn of harvest, the richer they are. Okay, now let's look at someone who is a moderate man. He marries 2 wives and he has 5 children. That's 10 plus 2, that's 12 plus 1, that's 13. Now you can agree with me that the expanse of land they will cultivate, all right, and what they're going to harvest at the end of the season will not be as much as the person that has 61. So what they were doing in those days is that the African men don't like women. They only have common sense, and that common sense is what they use to become richer. They leverage. Okay, they have those people working for them instead of paying for labors. They already created the labors, and they also have a farm where they work. So that's how they become rich and they become chief in their days. They become the richest people in the land in those days. Okay, so but the time has changed. So people started moving from the farm to the industry. So people coming to the city, they get a job, they get a car, they get a house, they live, they look nice, they're on salary, they get paid. And when they come back to the village, they look nice, they look neat, people admire them. All right, so that's how they're getting trendy. But they are okay, but they're not wealthy, they're not rich. Okay, so now that season has changed. So people started telling their children, don't you see so and so, he came to the village with a car. He said it's not easy. If it's not easy, you go and join them. Go to the city. So you come to see, go to school. Say go to school, get a good grade. And when you get a good grade, when you finish school, you get a job that has pension. And then you work for 35 years. And when you 35 years, you retire. And they give you pension. And everybody started going to school. Today, you discover that there is hardly a family in the West that you will not find a graduate. But now we have certificates, but there's no corresponding job to do. All right. So that time has also changed. So we move to the 4th era, which is called information era. So information era is a time that if you are not informed, you'll be deformed. But if you are informed, you'll be transformed. The Bible says that in Romans chapter 12, okay, that be renewed our mind. You should not come on to the pattern of this world, but we should renew our mind through the word of God. So information brings renewal, transformation, metamorphosis, and that's what it does. So there's this man that is called Robert Kiyosaki. He is the author of Rich Dad Poor Dad and also a book called Cash Flow Quadrant. In that cash flow quadrant, he came out with financial law, which he called that financial law is divided into 2, which is law of poverty and law of wealth. And what is cash? Cash is money. What is flow? That's circulation, how it flows. Okay, some of us, maybe we have a car. You can go to the filling station to buy fuel, and also the owner of the filling station will go to the company to go and buy fuel. All right, if you want to repair your car, you go to a mechanic, you repair your car. If the mechanic wanted to buy parts to your car, you go and buy parts. So how money moves from one hand to the other is what we call flow. And then you have quadrants. Quadrant is like a cross. It's like a sector in mathematics. Sector. Okay? Like a cross or a plus. Okay? Something like this. Okay? So, now, anywhere around the world, Robert Kiyosaki said that his rich dad taught him that wherever you are in the world, irrespective of your color, of your skin, whether you're educated or not educated, there are 4 ways you can make money. So you can make money as an employee, okay, which is here. Okay, you can make money as a self-employed. All right, here you can make money as a business owner. Okay, you can also make money as an investor. So those are the 4 legitimate ways that anybody can make money around the world. And there's no gainsaying that if you make money this way, all right, you have peace. You're not working against the law. So you have rest of mind. All right. So a lot of people make money in different ways these days. All right. People steal money, but yes, the aftermath of that has consequences. People exchange their body for money. They do wrongs. Okay, wrong girls, but that's consequences because they are damaging their body. The consequence of it is there. All right, people are doing Yahoo plus. Those Yahoo plus are doing has consequences. But these are the 4 legitimate ways that people can make money around the world without, going against the law and without harming anybody. You can make money as an employee. Okay, you can make money as a self-employed. You can make money as a business owner. You can also make money as an investor. So employee is the first step that anybody can earn money anywhere around the world. So if you are earning money as an employee, what you are doing at that point in time is that you are exchanging your time for money and you are collecting salary. So salary has a meaning. Salary is something always low and reduces you because salary is not always enough to pay the bills. And somebody who's here, the person works hard, he has no time, and he has no job security. And this person who is working here as an employee will suffer from 3 R's. The first R is resignation. The second R is retrenchment. The third R is retirement. Now, what I'm about to say, a lot of people who are here don't want to hear it. Okay? Because it's a bitter truth. I have worked here more than 10 years. And I will tell you for a fact that it got to a point that on the inside of me, I was feeling empty. On the inside of me, I was feeling like I was underused. I'm not working to my maximum potentials. Why? Because my boss told me that I am paid to do what they asked me to do. They're not paying me to think. You see, you are being paid to do what you are asked to do. You're not paid to think. And that's what annoyed me. That so if I'm working for you, you just want me to work for you. You don't want me to think. You don't want me to reason. Okay? So, and that's what people did. This is the first level of making money anywhere around the world. You work for somebody, he tells you what to do, and he pays you. As long as you're getting results, they keep paying you. But it's not good for somebody to remain here. That's why Jacob in the Bible, he shouted after working for 14 years, when will I begin to fend for my own family? When now he has 4 wives. He has almost 12 children. He discovered that what he's earning is not enough to pay his bills. When will I begin to fend for my own family? And God opened his eyes. Okay? So, and 6 years down the line from the Bible, he became wealthy. Why? Because he was no longer here. He changed location. He changed his quadrants. That's from the Bible. So this guy here, if this guy works for somebody here who is young, maybe he's praying and say, you need to get married. You're a young man now. You have a home, you have a small place you are staying. You have a fridge, you have TV, you have everything. Now get a woman that will be taking care of you. So that when you come from office, you have somebody that will be with you. And he gets a wife. And he's collecting 50,000 naira. So he is spending 10,000. The wife is spending 10,000 naira. Okay? And he goes out to see his friend. Maybe he sees his friend somewhere and they hail him. He can say, okay, just give them something to drink. And they hail him. He left. Now, after 1 year, he has a baby. So he will take 10,000 naira. The wife will take 10,000 naira. And the baby will take 10,000 naira. That's remaining 20,000 naira. The next time he goes out, they will hail him. You can see manage to do some things. The following year, maybe 2 years later, he has another one. Now, it's still on 50,000 naira. because salary is fixed. And then he take 10,000 naira, the wife take 10,000 naira, the first child 10,000, second child 10,000. You see, have 10,000 naira, you can still do some little things. But then after a while, he had the third child. So they are all sharing 10,000 because the salary has not increased. And the parents from home say, since he married that woman, that woman, she's not good. He has stopped sending money to the family. Please, is it the fault of the man? So they will say that he's Ogunwaye. You can see. Now, this guy will work for 35 years. After working for 35 years, just managing, he just continue to go in 35 years. And 35 years, he still has responsibility, house rent to pay, he still has to go to school, and they pay him 2 million naira as pension. Please, will that guy he go and throw party and say he will relax? No, he will not do that. Because he will leave this place and come to this place. Okay? And here, as a self-employed, that he will take that 2 million naira. They will sit and say, okay, let's open a shop and let's be selling food stuff. So they will open a shop here. Okay? And when they open a shop, maybe they give them a freezer. They will put the freezer inside here and they will fill it with food stuff. So the first 6 months, the shop is attractive. A lot of people are coming there to buy. Money comes in just one way, from customers. Okay? Now, but on this shop, he's paying house rent, he's paying shop rent, he's paying school fees, he's feeding, transportation, medical, security, church, parents, all of that thing on that shop. Before you know what is happening, the children come back from school and say, Mommy, they asked us to bring something from school. He will take from the money, the sales, and give them. They say they are hungry. They will take spaghetti, indomie, they will eat. The husband will say, there is no toiletry in the house. Say, Shebi is in the shop. Take it now. So you take, but they are not paying back. So before you know what is happening, 1 year, the shop will go dry. And they will say, it's a winch that is behind it. So now you see these two guys, okay, they are similar. All right. Now this guy suffer from what is called GCAT. What's GCAT? GCAT means government policy. Government policy. The cashless economy that we're trying to promote in Nigeria affect everybody. All right. Wiped out a lot of small businesses because now they are using money to buy money. And because of that, they can't fight government. In some areas, for instance, okay, the government want to expand the road, and a landlord has a shop. They said it's on the right of way, and they have to pull those shops down. All right, he cannot fight government. That's government policy. And then the C is competition. If you have like 5 shops or 10 shops on the place, and you have 3 or 4 of them selling similar things, they'll be competing for customers around that area. It's only the people who pass through that line that can buy stuff from them. And that's how competition comes in. Okay? And they begin to, if there's no fear of God and love, they begin to fight each other with black power. Now, the third one is age. For instance, a young person owns a shop, 35 years, and there is somebody close to 70 on the shop, and you want to buy stuff with your car. Believe you me, if you drive to the market, you want to buy, say, a bag of rice or a generator, and you see a young man, you cannot go to an elderly person to buy those things. Why? Because after purchases, you cannot ask the elderly person to help you carry whatever you have bought to your car. If you do that in this climb, they will tag you as disrespectful. So people tend to go to a young person because they believe that they can cheat, or they will get a better bargain with a young man. So the young person will help you carry to your car. So that is also age, working against somebody who is older, who is running a self-employed. Okay? And then the last one is T, which is technology. So if somebody is not making, when the government says something, said anybody who is not making money while he or she is sleeping, that person will work till he or she dies. In other words, if whatever you are doing, you are not driving it with technology, all right? He says such a person will work till he or she dies. And that's why some people, I used to tell young people, when you see an elderly person after retirement still doing gate man, don't think that man did not work hard when he was younger. He worked hard when he or she was younger. okay, or you see elderly women still going to market at old age. Don't think that they've not worked hard. They've worked hard when they were younger. The question is they don't know what they are working against. Okay? And that's why I am passionate about this. I told them today in church, I said, I love what I'm doing. Okay? I love what I'm doing. It gives me satisfaction. It makes me happy. Why? Because I'm educating people. I'm helping people to see what they need to do differently that can give them a better future. That's why I'm happy, I'm glad, I'm satisfied. Okay? It's not the money. It is the satisfaction that you are helping to help other people to see what they need to see, and so that they can be able to take informed decision against the future. You see these two people, all right? If they don't come out on a daily basis, they can't make money. If you don't go to work, you can't make money. If you don't go to shop or your office, you can't make money. Why? Why is it so? They wish that they when it's raining, they stay at home, or they have time to take care of their family. All right, but they can't do it because if they don't go to work, they will not get paid. I know some schools that if those teachers don't come to school in a day or they come late, they will deduct their salary. They deduct it, and the reason being that these two guys, if they don't go out, they can't get paid because they are working alone. They are working alone. They are the only one working, and as long as you are working alone, Robert Kiyosaki said, anybody who is working alone to earn money, all right, that person is operating law of poverty. That is why the person is poor. Why? Because there is a limitation to what you can achieve or what we can achieve with our own solo efforts. And that's why some people will say, a wise man said, if you want to go very fast in life, go alone. But if you want to go very far in life, go with people. Work with a team or people. So you can see these people now. The reason they are poor is not because they're not working hard. They're working hard. In fact, they wanted to be rich. That's why they're working. But they are working alone. That's why they are operating law or poverty. So on this other side, okay, this guy, okay, he is a business owner. And this guy has what they call a system. What's a system? A system means save yourself time, energy, and money. Save yourself time, energy, and money. So you see this guy, he has a system, and he's the one through his system that gets these people to be working for him, and he's paying them salary or contracts. So when this guy makes money here, he comes down to this place, become an investor, and as an investor, he puts his money back here to create more system. Okay, so when he creates more system, these guys, okay, these people are working for this guy and this guy, the B and I. They have these people working for them. So if these two guys, these two gentlemen, if they don't come to work on a Monday morning, they don't come to work, but people are working for them. At the end of the month, please type in the chat below, would they make money or not? Type in the chat below. Do you think they will make money or not? Knowing fully well that even though they don't come to the office on Monday morning, maybe throughout the week, they did not come because they have some other things they want to attend to, maybe their family or their parents. All right, but these people are working for them. Do you think they will make money or not? So they will make money. Why? Because they have team or people working for them. That's the difference. So Robert Kiyosaki said something. He said those people who are people working for them, whether they come or they don't come, they are the one that are operating law of wealth. Why? Because they have people working for them. They are operating law of wealth. So now, with what I've explained here now, because of time, we are spending like 1 hour. So if this guy here, the E and the S, they put time and energy to make money, and this B and I, they also spend time plus energy to make money. Knowing what you know now from this explanation, where do you think is best for you to put your time and energy to make money? Is it on this side or on this side? Knowing what you know now, if you have to draw the hand of clock backwards and you have to start all over again, okay, with what I've just explained, this inside, If you want to spend your time and energy to make money, where do you think is best for you to use time and energy to make money? Is it on this side or on this side? I want us to type in the chat below. All right, where do we think is best for us to spend our time and energy to make money? Okay, now you see, this is law of poverty and this law of wealth. These people, they are working alone, while these people, they have people working for them. All right, so now, having said that, the another question I want to ask is this: with what I've explained now, would you like to continue to earn money from this side or from this side? Now, on this side, which is the A, and this is the B side, this is 95% of the population, while this side is 5% of the population. This accounts for why a lot of people in a society are poor and few people are rich. It is as a result of the quadrants where they are making money from. I told you that this is the level 1. This is the beginning of making money. This is another level of making money. This is the 3rd level, and this is the 4th level. But a lot of people stay in level 1. They don't move up. And that's why after working for 35 years or 40 years, they still remain as if they have not worked at all. So now, if your goal is to move from here to this side in the next 90 days, all right, I will show you why these people here, they are fighting hard to move to this place. That's what we call factors. So I would like to talk about the factors. Let me run through the factors. Number 1 is big dream. Huge capital. Company that is globally recognized in your name. You have products or services. You are working 1,000 hours per day. Okay. You have CAC, 5 million naira. Okay. Huge capital. C, products. So you have what you call franchise. In this place, you have T or people. Okay. This is 30 to 70 million. And then you have MLMI, which is 68 or 100K, as the case may be. Okay. So now these are 9 factors. These are 9 factors of what these people here they have. So let's run over it. Number 1, do you have a big dream? If you have a big, there's nobody who doesn't have a big dream. I have a big dream. I believe you have a big dream. So let's say you have a big dream. Okay, maybe you want to buy a car. Maybe you want to build a house. Maybe you want to run a business, bigger business. And there's one thing that is stopping you from achieving that. And for most people, is what we call huge capital. So will it be right for me to say that you don't have huge capital? If you don't have it, you cancel it on your list. So the 3rd one is company that is globally recognized in your name. Company that is globally recognized in your name. In other words, anywhere that company comes up, they will give you money in US, in Canada, in UK, in Ghana, in Benin, in Togo, in Chad, in Cameroon, in Nigeria, they give you money. That is company that is globally recognized in your name. Do you have it? If you don't have it, you cancel it. All right. The next one is team or people. Do you have staff that you employed, that you are paying salary to every month, at least 150 of them? If you don't have, you cancel it. Do you have product or services that anywhere around the world today, as we are speaking, somebody can buy product from you? Product that's globally recognized, so that anywhere around the world, they can buy your products. Do you have it? If you don't have it, You cancel it. Now the question is, the next one is, are you working 1,000 hours per day? Somebody will say, we have 24 hours. How can we work 1,000 hours per day? Now, if you have a staff, if you have 150 staff you are paying salary to, and they are giving you 8 hours per day, if you do the maths, you have 1,200 hours. That is how to work 1,000 hours per day. So if you don't have anybody on your payroll, okay, you don't have that, so you cancel it. Now, in our country or any other country, if it's in the US, developed world, they have what they call LLC, Limited Liability Company. In Nigeria, we have CAC, where you register a company, right? If you can register a company that has 5 million share capital, okay, anywhere around the world, then you mark this one. But if you don't have it, you cancel it. All right. Now, the next one is franchise. Franchise is a right that is given to an individual to use the name of an already existing company to make money. Franchise is a right that is given to an individual by an already existing company to use their name to make money. Example of franchise is Mr. Biggs, is Fertilizer, is ShopRite. Okay? Now, you have some MTN shops around the country. Those people who are operating those MTN shops is a franchise. Okay? Now, another one is MRS, Mobile Oil, MRS. You have Mobile, all right? You have other NNPC. All of those are franchise. ShopRite, KFC, Tantalizer, Mr. Biggs. They are all franchise. So now, let me ask us. Let's say you have money and you want to run a restaurant and Christmas is coming. So you plan to run a restaurant, you call it your name. And then somebody else has Mr. Biggs or Tantalizer opposite you or beside you. Where do you think your family will ask you to take them to in Christmas? I can guarantee you, they will ask you to take them to KFC or Mr. Biggs or Tantalizer. Why? That is the secret of the rich. The rich don't start something from the scratch again. They buy the name of an already existing company and use it to make money. They call it a brand, goodwill in accounting. So those who have learned, those who are smart, all right, they will buy franchise. So now the question is, as you are listening to me, can you afford to buy a franchise of between 30 to 70 million naira today? If you don't have it, all right, you cancel it. And the last one is called what we call multi-level marketing industry. That multi-level marketing industry is a democratized way of allowing as many people as possible, all right, to own a part of a business with a token. So in US is $75. In UK it is 83 pounds. In Canada is 73 Canadian dollars. Okay. In Nigeria it is 68 naira or 100,000 naira. Now, let me ask us, from the beginning of the year till last month, have you spent more than 68 to 100,000 naira combined for that 9 months? If you have, hypothetically, I will assume that you can afford that money. So we'll take it for you. So out of these 9 points, this is 2 over 9. So let's assume you have a brother or a sister or a child that's going to school, and you mistakenly stumble in his bag. The child scored 2 over 9, and you are paying school fees. You are failing the child. Will you be happy that with all your investment, you're spending, the person scored 2 over 9? Of course, no parents or guardian will be happy. So, but look at it this way. You have 2 over 9, Robert Kiyosaki said something when he was in his book. He said, in school, the only way we're going to know that a student is smart or intelligent is by his report card. But when a student is out of school, how are we going to know that somebody is smart or intelligent? It's by their bank balance. So with this now, let's say this is your bank balance is 2/9. Can we say that this bank balance is healthy? This bank balance is not healthy. Okay, so now look at this. Okay, you see these 7 factors that you don't have. Those are the factors that actually disqualifies these 95% people from moving from law of poverty to 5%, which is law of wealth. These 7 factors is what disqualify majority of the people from anywhere around the world from moving from this place to this place, which is law of wealth. Why? Because law, they are universal. The law of sowing in Nigeria is a law of sowing in America. Anywhere around the world, that law is law. So it's a principle that needed to be adapted to. Without those principles, one would not make headways. That's why these people, they are walking around the circle, all right, all the time, trying to move forward, but they are working against law of poverty. They are working alone. All right. Now, and these people here, they don't have this factor. So now let me say to us, if somebody now said to you, all right, so now you don't have this factor and you know that you don't have this factor, that's why you are here. Now, if somebody said, come with this information I've given to you now, come with your big dream and this amount of money, this little amount of money, I am going to provide all of these factors that disqualifies these people from moving from this place to this place. All right. I say, come with your big dream and this amount of money. I'm going to give you the remaining 7 so that you can move from this place to this place. Will you consider that a good business proposal or a bad one? I come again. If somebody tells you, come with your big dream and this amount of money, the 7 factors you don't have, I am going to give it to you so that I can move from law of poverty to law of wealth. Will you consider that a good business proposal or a bad one? Type in the chat below. If it's a good one, say it's a good one. If it's a bad one, say it's a bad one. Okay, so now those are the factors. These are what most of us don't have, which nobody explained to us. All right, that we kept working very hard. We keep asking ourselves, why are we not moving ahead? Why are we moving backward? You are 1 step ahead, but then the next day you are 3 steps back. Today, some people's salary cannot buy a bag of rice. Before, it wasn't like that. The minimum wage in Nigeria today is not enough to buy a bag of rice. So, and it is a law. And that is what people are working against. So now, if you want to move from this place to this place, you have to have all of these things in place. So if you don't have it, somebody say that come with your big dream and this amount of money, I'm going to give you what you don't have. So if you see this information, if you consider it a good business proposal, then the question I want to ask you is this. All right. Have you ever heard about a company that is called, can you see this? NeoLife. Have you ever seen a company called NeoLife? Okay, this NeoLife. Now, NeoLife is a company founded in America 68 years ago. That was exactly 1958 by a man called Jerry Brasfield. So Jerry Brasfield, when he was a child, he suffered from asthma. And it was his crisis that led to one another. They rejected him from school because they don't want him to die in school. Because they were afraid if he dies in school, it's going to be a bad name for their organization. So they asked brother to go and take care of him at home. When he gets better, he can come back to school, which they did. Christmas, the auntie came from China. And when she got home, she was looking forward to seeing all the children. When she got to the house, she saw all the children playing in the garden. But Jerry was nowhere to be found. She said, "Where's Jerry?" She said, "Jerry is in his room." When they got to the room, they discovered that Jerry was in a pathetic situation. The auntie asked the mother, "What have you been using?" After discussion, the auntie said, "Let's get fruit and vegetables." So they went to the garden, get some fruit and vegetables, and she told the mother, "Give him this with all other recipes she brought from China." Okay? Because those Chinese people, they have some herbal stuff they eat. So they started feeding Jerry with it. Okay? And within 90 days, as Tori had it, he was able to, he was no longer having asthma. He was able to go back to school healthy. When he got back to school, they were asking him, "What did you use?" The children were excited. We were asking questions. Were asking him questions. He doesn't know. He doesn't have an answer. When he got back home, he asked the mother. The mother said, "This is what your auntie gave me." So the following day, when he got back to school, he went to the teacher. "This is what my mother gave me. Do you know anything about it?" The teacher said, "I don't know anything about it. I'm a teacher who is trained to teach A for apple, B for ball, and C for car. But there's a body called Scientific Advisory Board in America. If we approach them, they will tell us what this is all about." So they went to SAP and they took those recipes to lab. After testing it and they got back, they told them, "These are food combinations that when you eat them, they will help you boost your immune system against internal and external sicknesses." And that was where Jerry, as a young man, was excited. There are a lot of children like me. I want to help them. He said, "What will it take for me to help them?" He said, "It requires money." Okay, like most of us, when we want to start a project, we think that the idea that God has given to us, what we need to use to execute it is money. So Jerry did not have money, so he had to abandon the dream of helping people. So he went to take up a job as a petroleum attendant. So why doing that in America? There was a day they want to increase pump price, and they asked all the decision managers to come for a town hall meeting. And when they got to the town hall meeting, they told them, "We don't want to make the rich richer." What do they mean? They said they don't want to spend money on adverts, TV, radio, or adverts. They want to use what is called word of mouth. So it was at that point that Mr. Jerry came to his aha moment. He said, "Oh, wow, I never thought it this way. I really don't need money to help you. What I need is word of mouth." That was how he went back to the station. They were telling people about how they are going to increase pump price. And he also went back to South and told South, "Guy, we don't need money to help anybody. What we need is word of mouth." That was how they started this company, NeoLife, 1958. 1976, they went to South Africa. They were there for a very long time because of apartheid. 1996, they wanted to come to Nigeria, but Nigeria was under military rule. So they went to Ghana instead. So in 2001, when Nigeria became a democratic government, Pastor John Kome is a stock of CPM, an evangelist in CPM. They were the one who brought NeoLife from Ghana and registered it in Nigeria. At that time, the rich people in Nigeria, they wanted to monopolize the franchise. So, but they said no. They told them that the aim and the method of the founder, Mr. Jerry, is to eradicate poverty in 3 ways. And the first way is good health. Second way is good wealth. And the third one is freedom and lifestyle. So they told them the rich can buy the franchise. The common man can buy the franchise. That is how NeoLife came to Nigeria in 2001. Okay? So, now that's a big story about NeoLife. And this company has been going stronger all this while. So the question is, if you want to move from law of poverty to law of wealth, okay, and a company like this is telling you that the way you can do it is for you to come with your big dream and this small amount of money, will you consider that a good business proposal? All right. If you consider the good business proposal and you're asking me, how do I get started? You need to decide. You need to decide to pick what is called your franchise license. Pick your kit bag. Inside your kit bag, there are 4 things. There's a sample product of the company. You have documents. All right. And inside those documents are legal documents that explains how the company operates all over the world. All right. You also have what they call a certificate that gives you the authority to represent them anywhere around the world. So number 3 is that you have an ID number. Okay. Let me give you a practical example. So ID number is, let's say somebody have 0 9 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. This is 11 digits. Okay, you see this 4 digits is an ID number. Somebody in Nigeria maybe bought a series of number from any of the network outfits, and they gave it to a dealer who is selling it 1,000 naira or 500 naira. They are making money from selling the SIMs, and each time you register the SIM and you recharge that SIM 100 naira or 1,000, or you buy data, they are getting a commission. Why? Because they have ID number. Now the question is, do you have ID number that is giving you money each time somebody buys something from you on your number? Bank account is also ID number, because on that bank account you are paying charges. So do you have ID number? If you don't have ID number, NeoLife will give you an ID number. Then the last one is a website. You know, I told us here that GCAT, if you are not making money while you are sleeping, you are operating law of poverty. Okay? Now, and the person will work till he or she dies. So NeoLife will give you a website. That website, you can operate it in over 50 countries in the world. Okay? You'll be in your own country and you'll be operating that website in over 50 countries in the world. Just last month, I had somebody order products from my website in US. I don't know him. He doesn't know me. But I'm getting a rebate from that. So now, and the rebate is in dollars, not in naira. They will only convert it to the equivalent in naira. That's the beauty of it. So now you have that website. So for the amount of money you have paid, the product that comes with it, if you want to sell it in open market, is between 56,000 to 60,000 naira, and you are paying 68. So if you look at what you are getting back, what you are getting back is more than the money you are paying. So if you are going with 100,000, the product that comes with that kit back when you are selling in the open market is 95,000 naira. So what you are getting back is more than what you are paying. Okay, so that is those 4 things you need to do. When you get your kit back, now ask me, so what do I need to do to start making money from NeoLife? All right, what you need to do to start making money working with NeoLife is for you to take a decision to get started, get your kit back, get registered. Once you get registered, number 1 is that you use the product. The product that comes with your kit bag, you use it for your health. Okay, because you need to be healthy for you to be able to work. All right. Number 2, you share your testimony of the power of the products. Number 3 is that you share the opportunity. What we are doing right now is we are sharing the opportunity. Okay. Number 4 is that you attend training unconditionally. Now, just like you go to church, just like you go to Bible study, for you to be able to understand Christianity, that's the same way you need to attend training for you to understand the business. So those are the 4 things that you need to do for you to make money with NeoLife. The first 2, use the product, share the product, is 10%. Why? Sharing the opportunity, attending training is 90%. If you want to write an exam, they told you that first session is 10 marks, second session is 20 marks. Which of these 2 will you pay attention to for you to succeed? You say 90%. Good. So is the only way you can understand the business of how to make money is for you to create time to learn about how to share the opportunity. All right. And lastly, is by attending training unconditionally without giving excuses, because you can either make excuse or you make money. Excuses will not help anything. So those are the 4 things you need to do for you to start making money with NeoLife. So you cannot just go to NeoLife and tell NeoLife you want NeoLife head office anywhere around the world and say you want to start NeoLife business. They will laugh. The question they will ask you, who referred you, who brought you? All right. So now the question is, if you want to get started, you need somebody to sponsor you, to refer you. All right. Who is going to mentor you, who is going to teach you how to succeed in the business. And once you do that, All right, and you get started. The first thing you need to do, let me draw something here. I hope you can see me. If you can see, just type in the box below that you can see what I'm drawing here, or I need to adjust my camera. Okay, can we see this? I need to adjust my camera. Okay, so you can see this. This is NeoLife. So let me clean this. So, and this is you. Okay, so here you have what they call a sponsor. So the sponsor is the person that is going to mentor you. He's going to guide you. He's going to be your guide. So he connects you. This is a gap. This is a gap. And this gap in America is God answer prayers. Whereas in Africa is go against poverty, because what we are fighting is poverty. Okay, so now the gap here we bridge by either 68,000 or 100,000 if it is Nigeria. Other country like US, $75. If it is UK, is 83 pounds, depending on when you are watching this video. All right, and if it's in Canada, is $75 Canadian dollars. Okay, so that is the gap. So now, if you not get connected, all right, now there's what we call how you get paid. This is how you get paid. How you get paid. So what you need to do is, for instance, you love what you heard. You can, after this video, you can share this video with your friends, your family and friends, or anybody that you want him or her to be part of this opportunity. You share the video with them. They watch it. After watching it, if they want to also be part of it, all right, let's say you share it with 50 people or 100. And out of the 100 that you share it with, you have 10 people. All right. So you just have 10 people who will be under your team. So once they say yes, all right, and they started attending training and they started learning about how to build the business, then you started creating your team. Now you now tell these ones also, come, they asked me to share the video with my friends. That's how you came. You also share the video with your family and friends. Anybody who wants to move from law of poverty to law of wealth and say yes to it and they are ready, they also join you. So as you keep sharing the opportunity and keep bringing people in, you are building a team of people. And that is why that wise man said, if you want to go very fast, you go alone. If you want to go very far, you work with people. So as you are bringing people, that is how you get paid. The more people you bring, the more people you share the opportunity with, the more people you educate, the more people you get to understand, and they take informed decision to move from this place to this place, all right, the more NeoLife as a company will reward you. Okay, they will reward you. And that is how and why a lot of people remain poor and why few people are rich. Why? Because the rich, they have ID number. Why the poor, they don't have ID number. The rich, they have people that are working for them. Why the poor, they don't have people working for them. And when you ask the poor to do what the rich are doing, they tell you, I cannot talk. So if you say you cannot talk, I don't know. Bishop Oyedepo said, a closed man is a closed destiny. And the Bible says, ask. So if you cannot ask, you cannot receive. Okay? He says, seek. If you can't seek, you can't find. If you can't knock, the door will not be open. So it's a law. It's a spiritual law. So you need to be able. All of us that are talking today, we're not like this. We didn't start like this. We were taught and we learn and began to practice it. And that's why we are doing what we are doing today. Trying to help people to see what they need to do. So if you say, I cannot sell, we are not selling. We are not selling. What we are doing is that, just like in church, we teach people to understand the scriptures. We are also teaching people to understand how to earn legitimate money, so that they will not uh, uh, be engaged in evil, so to say. So you're not selling, you are just educating people, all right, to get them to understand. So how can they understand? Okay, he said the Bible says, how can they hear if God, if somebody is not sent, or somebody preach to them, or speak to them? Okay, so, and that is why you need to get the information to somebody else. And if they get the information and they understand the information and they take a decision, they join your team. It's that simple. Okay, so it is just you sharing the information with them, and when they take action, all right, that action, as a pushing the narrative, they are also spreading the news. All right, that is how you grow your team, and as you grow your team, you continue to increase your income, your earning capacity. All right. So, but let me say now, it is not everybody that you talk to about this that will say yes. Okay, and that does not mean that because they did not say yes, that doesn't mean that they will not do it. It may not be the right time. All right, because we all are facing different challenges. Okay, and those challenges inform our decisions. So today, I want you to look at what we have discussed, all right, and decide, do you want to remain on this side, or you want to move to this side? If you want to move from this place to this place, all right, what you need to do is to decide. And then if you decide, they will get you started. I want to get to my messenger and send me a message, okay? Or better still, chat me up on +234. I will drop. Let me type my number here, my WhatsApp number here. Okay. Chat me. On WhatsApp. +234 90, okay, 39 1 12 5020. Okay, so this is my WhatsApp number. Okay, so just chat me up on that WhatsApp. I hope it's correct. +234 39 +234 90 3912 5020. Yes, just chat me up on that. Okay, so will that give you information? Wherever you are, you can sign up online. There's a link we'll send to you. Use the link to sign up, all right? And then your kit bag will be delivered to you anywhere. But if you are in Nigeria, you need to you chat me up when you place the order, or if you want to do it manually, you can go to the company and do your orders. So now, there is status in NeoLife. Just like in any organization, they have rankings. So everybody is a distributor. From distributor, all right, you become a manager. From manager, you become a senior manager. From senior manager, you become a director. From director, you become a ward team member. From ward team member, you become a team member. All right, and as you climb the rank, so also is your income will continue to increase. As a distributor, you make profits. As a manager, you make close to 100,000 naira every 30 days if you put in the work. As a senior manager, you earn, as present, people earn close to 200,000 naira as a senior manager. As a director, people earn close to 500,000 naira, depending on how big their team is. As a ward team member, there are people who are earning 1 million every 30 days. And as a ward team, as a pressure team member, there are people who are earning 5 million naira every 30 days. and upward, depending on how big their team is, how committed they are, sharing the information with people, getting them to understand, and connecting them to training. Apart from those status, there's all what we call incentives. Okay, you have what we call certain incentives. If you bring in 3 people in your team, all right, and they sign up, they do what they need to do, the company will give you 31,500 for your efforts, aside from the profit you make from the products. Okay, and then number 2, you have what they call future director bonus. As a director, you're a shareholder in the business, and they give you a bonus. Now, there is what they call house bonus. When you qualify, they give you the money to go and build a house of your own. You have a car bonus. Qualify, they give you money to go and buy the car of your choice. There is what they call traveling allowance. So if you travel with NeoLife as a WOT team member, you have extra code that is given to you free of charge. Now, there's what they call leadership bonus. As you build other leaders, they will send you for leadership training, and they give you a bonus, right? That's what they call network development bonus. As you create more network of team members, you also get bonus. That's what they call diamond bonus. When you become a diamond in the business, you have a shareholding purse that you share profits with the founder of the company. Now, the last one is legendary award. When you become a distributor and you build a business for over 25 years as a distributor without wavering, all right, the company will gift you 30 million naira dash. So it is just a dash. That's what they give you for being and building the business for 25 years without relenting. And those are the incentives that you get. The person that brought NeoLife to Nigeria, Pastor John Kome, is in Jodubaga in Lagos here. 2 years ago, he got the reward. There's another woman, a retired banker, Mrs. Betty Adeleke. She also turned 25. I think last year she got the gift. All right. So those are testimonies of what is happening, and people are joining NeoLife on a daily basis because it is the only company that is providing opportunity, not to be employed, but to own a business that can grow globally. And the beauty of it is that when you build this business on this side, you can hand it over to your children. Okay, when we are old and you have to go on, you are passed on to glory, you pass on the business to your next generation, to the 4th generation. I want to go with, there's a man called Ababarondo. He's from Mofa in Kwara State. The man was a retired banker. Okay, when he died about 3 years ago, right, they hand over the business to his son. So it's his son and the mother who is now managing the business. Okay, they're the one managing the business now. So, but if you are an employee, you cannot hand over that business to your children. No. That's the beauty of building a business and moving from law of poverty to law of wealth. And that's why we are sharing this for as many people who can have the courage, okay, to take a bold step, okay, of building something for themselves, which they can hand over to their children. So if you are on this side, don't remain on this side, okay? Make effort to move from this place to this place. We're not promising that it's going to be easy. It's not going to be easy, all right? But it's worth it. It's not going to be easy, but it is worth it for somebody who have a dream and who have goal to achieve. So if you have a question, please, I have dropped my WhatsApp here. Try and chat me up with your question, then we'll address your question. All right, so I want to thank Mr. I think I know this man. All right, man of God. Okay, God bless you. Bengadeni, God bless you for coming back. Mr. Adeleke, thank you for joining. All right, so that is what I need to share today. And I want us to go and look at the video again, all right, because of the earlier part of it talking about health. Okay, that health is very, very important. We need to pay attention to our health because it's when we are healthy, that's when we can actually, pursue our dream and do something that can help us to, increase our income. So that is that for today. I appreciate your patience for coming on and staying to this point in time. I want to take that as a kind of that is my school fees for being for working with me live today. I appreciate that. So thank you. If you have any comments, please chat me up. All right. If you have any doubts within you have a question that you want us to address, chat me up. There is no question that has no answer. There is no trouble without a solution. All right. I don't know what to see. What I keep saying is possibility. So share with me what your questions is. Somebody, I shared this with somebody. So how do I sell the product? I told the person, we don't sell product, we only educate the product. I don't know how to sell. No, we don't sell the product, we educate people and get them to understand. When they understand, then they can take informed decision. That's all we do. So you don't have to sell, you don't have to market. Okay, all you need to do is educate people. So thank you for joining, and we'll see next Sunday if Christ tarries. Okay, if the delays is coming, we'll see next week by God's grace. Oh, all right. Thank you. All right. God bless. Thank you. I appreciate it. So, my regards to your family, and God bless you. Have a wonderful week. Bye.